Hello, my name is Paul C. Panko, and this is my project titled GloryHole.
Hey. Hey. Come over here. What are you doing? Come over here. Hey.
So the piece is about the separation between what people are looking for on the internet and kind of what they're actually looking for in life, and the connection with the opposite sex and the connection with sexuality. I think that like the wall and the glory hole is cut into represents that barrier between like the internet and fantasy, and that thing that we're exposed to even more often than real relationships and real love. What you type in a search engine, or what you're looking for pornography, is your expectations of what's written on the wall, and kind of like that dirtiness, or that commonly found sexuality, exploitativeness, and then what's inside the wall. So what you actually see inside is what you really desire: a connection with somebody, eye contact, smiles, affections, a relationship, a love.
It was definitely awkward. Like, it's a piece that definitely engages you to approach it. And since there's all these different channels of audio, you're not really sure what to expect. And from the outside, it's definitely a creepy glory hole. But you see all these lights going on inside, so you're encouraged to come as a spectator and kind of inquire.
Well, you have these expectations that it's going to be something dirty, and it's like, oh, you can't look in there, it's going to be something bad, and then it's completely innocent. It was definitely more rewarding than if you had looked through there and there was like porn or something really grotesque playing. Like, even if it was something violent playing on the screen, it would be kind of like your expectations were fulfilled, right? And I wouldn't say you felt cheated from not seeing that. I feel that it was almost more of, it made you think kind of about, it made you look back on your expectations rather than just taking it at what it was. It made you look back at yourself.
So it's about that barrier and that separation of what people need and what they think they want, and sort of how relationships are being distorted and perverted in a lot of ways, especially for the younger generation, the internet-born generation.
Hey. Hey. Yeah, hey, come over here. Come here. Come over here. What are you doing? Come over here. Hey, come look at this. Hey, I have a hole you should look through. Come here.
And the one thing that got me when I got close enough was the heavy female breathing. And as a female spectator, I kind of took it from being a female gaze, which is more like, I felt like that heavy breathing could either be embodied by me as a spectator, heavy breathing and looking through, or it could have been like a third party. And when you look inside, there's a charming lady with her cat, and it's totally non-sexual, and she's addressing you through the fourth wall, so she's looking directly at you as a spectator. So when you're approaching, you kind of have this idea of being sort of a voyeur, and maybe seeing some kind of privacy or private scene behind the door, or maybe like, because it's a glory hole, like something overtly sexual. But no, it's just this charming lady smiling directly at you. She knows you're looking at her through this hole. So for me, I didn't know whether I should consider it as being this creepy female perv, heavy breathing and looking onto the scene, expecting to see something sexual and totally being thwarted. And there's all this like laughter and stuff, so it's almost like you're being caught.
The expectation was that visually it was going to go somewhere. But it was sort of, you got sort of held off. It brought to mind like a blue baldness, if I may be crude. It's like there's all this stuff going on in the audio, and the audio is very close to where your face is. So it's almost like it's coming from your own head. You're thinking all these sexual things that are overhanging this relationship. And you're not even being able to hear what the woman is talking about. You're not able to hear that at all. All you can think of and all you can sort of hear is what's underlying what you want.
Hey. Hey. Come here. Come over here. What are you doing? Come over here. Hey, come look at this. Hey, I have a hole you should look through. Come here. What are you doing? Come over here. Hey. Yeah, you. Come over here.
Yeah, I definitely think it was effective. And after you described how it's, I mean, from the exterior, it's like the way pornography, people try and use that to fill a void. And then you look through it, and that's what you really want, right? You want that connection with somebody. Mm-hmm. And I think that whole message is really there. And I think this piece would really work in a public space, really to make people think.
The relationship to sex, sexuality, intimacy, and relationships, I think it's all really blending together, and a lot of things are getting lost. A lot of real needs are getting lost in relationships because of things we think we need or things that we desire.
Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing? Come here.
You didn't really get to your climax, you didn't get to orgasm, you just got essentially teased. But there was also, accompanying with that, there was a guilt, because you could clearly see that visually the woman speaking to you was, talking about something, that you ought to be listening to, something important, something serious, probably not necessarily sex related, but more so emotionally related.
Hey. Come here. Come over here. What are you doing? Come over here. Hey, come look at this. Hey.
Graffiti on the door not only was real, but it wasn't censored. Even though we're in an art gallery, at no point did I feel like I was missing out on something. It felt authentic, and it felt real, which is what art should be. I think I expected real sexuality in a more grotesque or maybe pin-up version, but it understood the real and more relaxed side of sexuality, and the more maybe not heightened emotions of a relationship, but those lull moments that really sew a relationship together, that keep it going.
So this project is dealing with a lot of different things on a very personal level for me.
It confronts maybe issues and realities head on that people are maybe a little too ashamed to talk about. So, and it gives you the option. It doesn't force you into the piece, it tempts you. So I love it.
It would be wonderful if one day I could do a bigger piece and explore the installation idea on a grander scale with multiple doors, holes, and videos happening throughout that interaction with the viewer. I think there's lots I could reflect on and express in the piece. This is just the beginning of it.